If you've been playing Roblox for a while, you might remember the horror game that I'm showing on screen right now. This is Bloody Mary 1: Awake and Trapped, created by developer Haunted USA in December 2011. It was stolen and re-uploaded numerous times, and became quite popular on Roblox during the 2010s. After the success of the first Bloody Mary game, the developer started working on a sequel called Bloody Mary 2: Gone, which he teased on numerous occasions. In the summer of 2012, Haunted USA started preparing a riddle that players needed to solve to find an in-development copy of Gone early, though some parts seem to lead to dead ends, and it's clear some parts of the riddle are entirely missing. After 3 years of development hell, the game would never come out and has been missing ever since. For almost 12 years now, the mystery surrounding this Roblox horror game has been left unsolved and has been stumping players that try to crack the code behind it. In the last 6 months alone, numerous huge discoveries have been made, and we're closer than ever before to finding this lost project. Here's what we know so far. Haunted USA, who I'll be calling Haunted from now on, joined Roblox in 2009. Haunted started making rather low quality games, mostly copy and paste survival games, with his first game, Find Your Way Out Before Jason Voorhees Arrives, getting on the front page for a short time in April 2009. This is like the 2009 equivalent of free model Skibbity Toilet Tycoons. Haunted would often upload games for short periods of time before replacing them with another game. Now this was a common practice in all Roblox developers at the time because of the limitations of accounts both with and without Builders Club memberships. Nowadays we can have up to 200 places open at a time for free, but it was much more limited back then. This led to a lot of early games from many different Roblox developers, included Haunted, being lost to time, and the exact creation dates of most old games being ambiguous at best. Case in point, Natural Disaster Survival was released in 2011, but the game slot was created in 2007, and the Roblox website says 2008 because of an ancient version history update that nobody remembers. This website sucks. Entering the 2010s, Roblox was in a sort of transitional period when it comes to the majority of things on the site. The platform was going from goofy Lego game to slightly less goofy, definitely not Lego game. Especially from 2010 to 2012, horror games and myth games started to become prominent game genres on Roblox. Tempest, Fear, Hospital Nightmare 3, Face Your Fears The Haunted Hotel, Do Not Play Slenderman Area 51 18+, Jeff the Killer. Haunted USA started to become one of the first popular horror game developers on Roblox after a fan game inspired by Bobulator's Face Your Fear series that he made with his cousin called Face Your Fear 2: The Hospital. Its content deleted now because of a model of a hanging corpse that was seen in the game, but it had over 190,000 visits at the time. In December of 2011, when Haunted was asked on the forums about a sequel to the Hospital game, Haunted said Part 3 will be done relatively soon, but the crew behind it is busy right now. Turns out Haunted was completely lying and was actually working on a game called Bloody Mary, a Roblox horror platformer that's quite laughable in some of its attempts to scare the player now. The game is based on the famous Bloody Mary ritual, and the story revolves around you getting sucked into a mirror and going on an adventure, I guess. In 2013, the game started to skyrocket in popularity because the files for the game had been leaked, which was a common issue at the time with many front page games, and it was re-uploaded under many different names and thumbnails. On top of the million visits the original game has, some of the most popular re-uploads of the game have 10 to 15 million visits combined, which was huge for Roblox standards in 2013. For context, the game was once split into 2 parts, named Bloody Mary 1: Awake and Bloody Mary 2: Trapped, before being conjoined into Bloody Mary 1: Awake and Trapped at some point in 2012, which is the way it is today. In February of 2012, Haunted began working on a sequel to Bloody Mary Awake and Trapped called Bloody Mary 2: Gone. The game was teased on his profile as an unplayable game with a thumbnail that read "No peeking." In July of that year, players were given a sneak peek of a very early version of the game. Only a few thousand players were able to see it while it was open, though 2 YouTube videos were recorded at the place by the same group of testers from different points of view. These 2 that were filming even used exploits to see parts of the game that they weren't allowed to see yet, as they weren't finished. So far, we can see that the game revolved around taking a flight to an abandoned ghost town named Hendlin, and creepy stuff going down there. The game was slated for a Halloween 2012 release date, though this never happened obviously. Halloween 2012 comes and nothing happens. And the demo copy that was on Haunted USA's account was made private months prior. On Haunted's account, his inventory is public, which allows us to see assets he uploaded to Roblox, the names of private games on his account, and more. In 2013, 2013 and 2014, 3 different places named variants of the original Bloody Mary 2 Gone title were posted, all private and all having different descriptions. The first one, created on the 29th of June 2013, has a description that reads as follows: "This is not the actual version. I made this a long time ago and I have decided to restart. I uploaded this game for you guys to see why I have decided to restart." There are no screenshots or video clips from this place, and only 408 people played it in the few days that it was public on Haunted's account. It's safe to assume this is a slightly more up-to-date version of the teaser copy of Gone that we saw earlier. The second one, created a week after the first, is a demo called BMC. It has no visits, and the description describes the game as being inspired by the Saw franchise. The third one, created on August 3rd, 2014, has a description that reads as follows: "This game is currently in development. I took this down until I got done with my other project one late night, and it came out before this game, so I plan to finish it first." Through this, we can see that the development cycle of Gone had restarted at least 3 different times, and was never finished. Between 2011, the year Bloody Mary 1 was released, and late 2014, the last known point where progress was made on its sequel, Roblox had changed a lot. The popularity of Bloody Mary 1 Awakened Trapped was dwindling. The standards for front-page horror games had changed a lot, Haunted's standards for his own games had changed a lot, and Gone had fallen behind schedule. In January 2015, Haunted updated one of his public games, Escape Before It Arrives, for the last time. In this update, a script was added that would show this screen upon entering a server. It teases an upcoming game called Bloody Mary's Chamber, and shows 3 preview images. This is all we have of the game. This Bloody Mary's Chamber game is the BMC game from earlier, judging from the Saw inspiration, abbreviation in the title, and the last updated date. A few months later, Haunted would completely quit Roblox for good. So what happened to the many different demos for Bloody Mary 2 Gone? I mentioned in the intro that back in March 2012, Haunted started setting up a riddle that players needed to solve to find an unfinished copy of Gone. Apparently, it was teased in Haunted's account bio, though this wasn't archived on the Wayback Machine. In June, not long before the first playable teaser for Gone was released for a short period of time, someone posted on the forums asking for help with the riddle. Haunted gave away the first clue, an account named the same, spelt backwards. It leads to this account, which was created a few months before Bloody Mary 1 even started development in 2011. On this account, a game can be found with a title and description that reads as follows: "On the edge. Your participation helps. It is happening. My friend is not the answer, but his friend goes on." Some of you may remember in 2015 when followers were added to Roblox, and everyone's friends were converted to followers and following. As a result, the account has no friends, but it's following an account named I'm Not the Answer, also created on the 19th of October 2011. The account has a game called A Bunch of Numbers with a string of numbers in the description. This is one of many red herrings seen on those accounts, and even when shuffled, this string of numbers can't be turned into an item ID on the Roblox website that would help us in any way. This string of numbers just happens to be the ID of a model by a guy named BlueCap67. In 2022, after I mentioned the riddle in a previous video, he added a bunch of cryptic ARG-esque puzzles with no real solution inside the model to throw people off, because it was kind of funny, I guess. Again, the I'm Not the Answer account is friends with another account named I Am the One Who Goes On, created 3 days later. On it is a game called Greatly Appreciated. Notice that the game was last updated in 2013. When you joined, you would spawn in a white box, and you would see a message that reads as follows: "You have visited 3 other accounts. Your descendant ancestry has been saved. Thank you for your time, and that is all that is needed." This is where many invested in the riddle, including me, got stuck. Because of the capitalization used, many thought something related to descendant ancestry was the key to progressing. In 2022, after one of my videos, someone made an account under that name, also as a red herring. In early 2023, me and some people I knew started digging, and an unnamed exploit that I won't get into here was used by someone I know to see a previous version of this Greatly Appreciated game that, as I mentioned earlier, was updated out of nowhere in 2013, though it was created in 2011. When a previous version of the Greatly Appreciated game from 2012 was downloaded, we saw it was a lightly modified starter place. On a road in the map, we saw messages talking about how we were getting closer. "I am the one who playthrough goes on, you are on your way to find the hidden account of Bloody Mary 3. You are just as far from finding it as you are close. Your next clue, this is twin number 1. If he was the first twin, then his lost brother was Dark Twin 2. This led us to an account from 2011 called Dark Twin 1. On it was a game. Similarly to version 2 of the greatly appreciated place from 2012, it was a mostly unmodified starter place with messages left in it. The account's name is the same as its ID. The next account will have a teleporter right here. It will teleport you to a place. The issue though, no matter what version you download, there are no teleportation scripts in this entire game. This is clearly a dead end, or it's at least missing something. There was also an account named Dark Twin 2, but it had nothing of interest on it. And again, for a few months, this is where we hit another dead end. In 2022, Haunted USA, the real one, came back online. In his bio, he left an update explaining a few things. I recently discovered my accounts had been compromised several years ago after a database leak from another site. Some people got into those accounts pretending to be me. I signed off one last time in 2015, and I have no interest in returning. Bloody Mary 2 Gone was made public on an alternate account from 2014 and was never finished. I left riddles throughout Bloody Mary 1 Awakened Trap to reveal the name of this account 2 years after the game was stolen and redistributed in 2012. I'm sorry to say that I have forgotten the name of this account, and I am unaware if anyone has ever found it. Thankfully, Haunted's main Roblox account had never been compromised. Some of his alternate accounts on Roblox were, and his Twitter was hacked by someone in 2019 who was pretending to be him. Now we know Gone, or at least one of its many drafts, is out there. I always assumed the riddle from 2011 was unfinished, though this says 2014. The supposed riddles in Awakened Trapped can't be seen today, as the version currently on Haunted USA's account is broken, leaving a good portion of the map entirely inaccessible. It's September now. I'm working on a video when my editing software crashes. Happens all the time. I use Vegas Pro, so it happens 10 times more than it should. To the point where I just felt defeated, and I opened up Roblox because I needed something to do. When I opened it, I saw 4 or 5 of my friends were on a weird game called Haunted USA Games Place. A guy named Stan, who was equally interested in this mystery, used the Roblox API to scrape all games from the year 2014, searching for games with titles including words like Haunted, Gone, and more. What they found was a series of multiple games on Roblox, all including the term Haunted in the title, from the 3rd of August 2014. For the really astute viewers that have been paying close attention, you may have noticed that's the same day that one of the copies of Gone on Haunted's account was created. They were uploaded just hours apart. When we looked in the first game, we found multiple assets, models, textures, and more that had been uploaded to Haunted's account months prior. The connection was definitely there. There wasn't really any gameplay, and there was basically nothing to see. It wasn't anywhere near finished, barely even started, I'd call it. As you may remember, the description for that copy of Gone on Haunted's account from the 3rd of August 2014 said that development was put on hold so that Haunted could work on a different game. As well, Haunted had restarted the development cycle for Gone multiple times, and this was just one of the restarts. This wasn't the only game that was found though. Multiple other games were hosted on alternate accounts with very similar names, all from the same day. The second game Stan found was New Haunted House, hosted on an account named Nick Haunted Games. This was from the 5th of August 2014. Upon joining, you spawn in a room with the same no peeking decal that we saw on the Gone profile teaser from April 2012 on each wall. When walking out, there's 2 rooms, one with this ghost guy and one which is a recreation of the house from Awakened Trapped. The third game from the 3rd of August is just called Haunted and was hosted on an account named Nicky Daunted Games. You spawn in a darker version of the no peeking room, and all that seems to occupy the map is a weird tunnel room that was never finished. A really weird detail about all these accounts is that they were poison banned for an unknown reason. So we may have found scraps from the 2014 remake of Bloody Mary 2 Gone, but the riddle is still mostly unsolved, and the original version from 2012 is still lost media. Bloody Mary's chamber was never a part of the riddle either, and wasn't posted anywhere that we know of. Maybe this can be a lesson in creative burnout, maybe this can be a lesson in account security, why the preservation of media could be important, or why Roblox is a terrible platform. But above all else, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Shit, my bad, I mean the last one. She said that she loved me, that's what I said in the last song. I don't want your love if it's gonna come with strings attached. So I hope you know there's someone in your life you need to pass on.